Got it.
And let's just check to see if we're there. Setting up my meeting for YouTube Live. Redirecting to YouTube. We could be live very soon.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
We're live?
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
And you're frozen.
Moderation helps everybody feel safe. Okay, I'm gonna close this Zoom thing. All right, excellent. So I'm not gonna watch that part. Okay, so I'm coming back to the meeting. And we should still be live.
We are indeed.
We are indeed still live. That's good. Okay. Because I haven't done this in a while. If they change anything. So yeah, we're gonna play Quantum Black tonight, guys.
Woo!
Yay! I've had this Quantum Black book for a long time. But there we go. Done. Right. And what am I doing here? Myself. Okay, done. Done. There we are. Okay, good. And one person is watching. It's probably me.
It might be me.
Or might be Jim. That's awesome. So yeah, so we're playing Quantum Black. We played this before a long time ago. We're just gonna make this happen. That's one thing. Yeah. See, if I take my background off, I'm in my girlfriend's basement here, so it looks really, really cool. So anyhow, I'm not going to show you that. So yeah, there you go.
Because this video is not about that.
This video is not about that. This video is not about this basement. Can we see the basement? Let's see. Let's see the basement for a second.
Oh, nice.
See that? Isn't that great?
I don't know. I feel like it's a setting we could be in.
Yeah, it's a setting you could be in. There you go.
This could be darker, but yes.
I got my AAA dice games.
Okay, yeah. I got a whole mess of
dice.
I got a whole mess of dice here. It's blurring everything.
I've just got plain old simple D12s. I'm not doing my digital no more. I don't like those dice.
Okay.
They're too
Fine, so anyhow.
fair.
Okay. So anyhow, you guys are all working for Quantum Industries. Tell me about your characters first. Really fast.
So I'm playing Eric Wayne. He's probably doing some sort of engineering studies, right? When one time he has this experience, supernatural experience that shakes his whole life, right? He sees something that shouldn't exist and develops a crippling fear of the dark as a byproduct of that. But he also, gets on the path of, personal protection. So he takes up firearms and, eventually joins Quantum Black. So he's, expert at computers and security systems. And he never actually finished that engineering degree, but hey, I think that's it. Yeah.
Right on. Awesome. And Sam.
All right, yeah. So Sam's former Force Delta operator who
This is shocking.
Excuse me?
This is shocking. Go on.
Well, usually I play a Marine, so
That is shocking. Yes.
yeah. So he was in a mission in some desert, and they were sneaking through a sewer to try to get to a target, and his unit was wiped out by something that shouldn't be. Right. So when he got out of all the psych counseling, he was recruited by Quantum Black.
Right on. And Mr. Jack City Ranch.
Jack City Ranch is a former FBI agent who was actually just doing tax evasion investigations, high level ones, the big oligarch stuff, and ended up coming up on the wrong oligarch, saw something that shouldn't exist, and had that half taken care of him by losing an eye during that investigation, but didn't lose his sanity, so kind of pulled in with Quantum Black that way.
This is really important. Which eye is he missing?
The left eye.
Left eye. Okay.
Now I have to write that down too.
No left eye. Does he wear a patch?
He does.
That's cool. All right. So excellent. So you all work for Quantum Industries. Quantum Industries, contacted you. You didn't really contact them. Because Quantum Industries, as far as like the public usually sees them, they're kind of obscure high tech company. The one thing they're known for is the fact that a lot of their devices cannot be reverse engineered. People open them up and it's like, well, how the hell does this thing work? But they work very well. So they, and it's kind of they make some consumer type goods and whatnot, but there's a lot of contract stuff. A lot of seems like military or stuff for the military, via another company, all that sort of stuff. But what they've hired you to do, I mean, most of the time your job is pretty freaking boring. You're doing other boring engineering stuff, or maybe doing some guard duty in the case of Mr. Sam Malone, or even City Ranch. You might be doing something like that, or City Ranch might be doing some accounting. But at some point, they call and say, "Listen, we need your team to go investigate this." And what you tend to investigate is odd phenomenon. And your directives are always pretty much the same. Go check it out. See what this thing is. Investigate, report on it, analyze it. If possible, if you can pick it up, hold it, do something, put it in a box, get some. Find something, because it's hard to figure out exactly what the hell Quantum is doing with these things, but it seems like they want them. They want to use them for something, or at least understand them. If you have to, you can blow it up. If it becomes incredibly dangerous, and it seems to be more of a danger than anything else. However, that's kind of secondary. And even then, they still want, well, give me the fragment of whatever the hell thing was. So it's very much bring back stuff, bring it back alive, intact. If you can't bring it back intact, do something. So that's generally your MO. So you're all called into the office of your immediate superior. This is Mr. Frank Horn. I didn't name him until just now, but Mr. Frank Horn, I needed a name. And Jim inspired me that it was okay to call him Mr. Frank Horn. So Horn calls you in his office and, sits you down, and he's got a bunch of folders on his desk, but he hasn't handed the folders to you guys yet. So we need you to check out something over at Jenkins Industries. As you may or may not know, Jenkins Industries is one of the largest slaughterhouse equipment manufacturers in not only the United States, but in the entire world. There is a factory next state over, which you could check out. Specifically, 24 hours ago, less than 24 hours ago, there was an accident. The police are calling this an industrial accident involving machinery. It caused 3 deaths. However, the coroner in this particular area is not quite convinced that these were actually industrial machinery accidents. The coroner himself is on Quantum's payroll, and so informed us. And so he slides over the 3 folders to you guys. And they're manila folders, they're closed. He just kind of waves his hand at you. Go ahead. And he lights up a cigarette, despite the no smoking in the building rule.
I'll flip mine open. You got to take a look.
Likewise.
Let's look.
Well, the first page is just a little rundown on the address, Quantum Industry, on Jenkins Industries, little picture of their building, all that kind of stuff. The general idea of how to get there, whatever. There's a words escaping me, but a little itinerary as far as guide, hotel accommodations, all that kind of stuff have already kind of been taken care of in the area. Next bunch of pages are photographs.
Oh,
There's photographs of the scene. Then there's photographs of what might be 3 bodies. I mean, there's just a lot of blood. There's a lot of gore. And there's just not the blood and the gore on the coroner's But it's just you can see why the coroner might not have decided this is actually a machinery incident,
Mhm.
because there's as Lee would say, there's spatter, but there's a lot of spatter.
So I took some training as an EMT, and well, I don't know much about trauma, but this here looks like what, multiple lacerations?
Yeah, I don't think the coroner actually really was able to count.
I could see how you could lose count on this.
All right. All right. Is the
Now-
area cordoned off? It's sealed off?
Right now, the area is cordoned off. We want you to go over there. We want you to check out the area first. See what happened. See what you can dig up. And old man Thurston Jenkins is the president of the company. His son Preston also is one of the people involved in the running of the day-to-day company. I think they're both of your two basic contacts.
What was the son's name again?
There's Preston.
Preston.
Will you be providing us with a van to transport whatever we find in there? If there's something we need to bring back?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, it's probably best to take that. Maybe we can take somebody can take a car as well, just so we have a couple of vehicles on site. And I guess we can stay at a motel at the local motel at the area while we conduct the investigation. I mean, hopefully we'll be there, what, a couple of hours, you think, Chief?
Any more? You tell me. Your investigation.
All right. Well, as long as the area has been cordoned off and there's the factory is not actually working.
Yeah, that'll make it a lot easier.
Yeah, I'll probably have a couple of days to look things over.
There's one other thing about this case. The spooks tell me the factory's on a ley line.
Oh, fuck. Always a ley line. Why? Why is it always a ley line?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well,
But the other thing is, this factory has been here for 30 years. Nothing like this has ever happened.
I don't think anything's
that
ever,
they've seen.
I doubt anything's ever been built on a lane line by coincidence.
That's
Especially
an interesting point.
Slaughterhouse type factory. Right. We're talking about something that's designed on grounding up meat. If you want to get rid of something that you don't want to be around anymore, grind it up. I mean, anything more suspicious would be a pig farm.
Do we have anything on this old man Jenkins?
Jenkins, he built the company from the ground up. It was his idea. He started off as a machinist, saw the need for a market to create slaughterhouse equipment as it was becoming more and more automated.
Mm-hmm.
Because instead of just sitting there and shooting the pig or the cow, whatever the hell is you do, and they can cut it up, they make machines that take the whole thing apart, kill it, cut it up, strip all the meat off the bones, all that kind of good stuff.
We got any background on his family before him and after him for that matter?
Any involvement in occult circles that you've managed to dig up?
We haven't dug up any, but that's not a bad place to start your research as well.
Yeah, we should
Like
definitely
we say,
do that.
you don't accidentally put something like this on a ley line. Like there's something Definitely something more there.
Uh, well, I suppose we could take the van over there, maybe have a cursory initial inspection, and maybe hit City Hall for records on Jenkins and family, and see what we can dig up.
That's if whatever did that isn't waiting for us there.
Wow, ever the optimist.
Sounds good,
All right.
gentlemen. Daylight's burning.
Yeah, the important part is after all this talk of butchering hogs, can we stop for some barbecue on the way?
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Easy. Is there anything you want to requisition on before you leave besides a van?
Well, I'm assuming modern day technology, right? So we have
Right.
cell phones and
There's
stuff,
there's like a standard team loadout, right?
right? So we could keep that in the van, right? And I wrote some things down, right? Like, toolkit, electronic toolkit, phone, couple of flashlights, first
Yep.
aid kit, lockpicks, gloves, glow sticks, evidence bags, first aid kit.
Yeah.
Plus, whatever weaponry, right? Like the shotgun and stuff.
I just asked because you in particular, Eric has higher rank in the quantum
yeah.
than the other fellows do. And City Ranch, don't you have some kind of ally?
Yeah, I've got some folks probably over in that area that might be able to help out.
You got anybody good at research? We might send them to City Hall where we check out the.
Oh, you're talking about inside quantum.
Yeah, I think that was your resource was actually having an ally.
Yeah, it is. I just wasn't
isn't
sure if
necess-
and I was going to use that ally as a source more than a resource.
I got you. Okay, no, I hear you.
but
'Cause it's different than the connections talent as such. So
okay, gotcha. All right. Well, I'm totally fine using it as a resource that we can go send hunting down. Yeah, I've got a bookworm or two in my Rolodex, if you will.
Yeah, so you might look into City Hall records, maybe check out I don't know, local occult connections. I don't know if there's cults noted in the area or,
Yeah, I've got a guy Patrick that should be able to help out.
maybe check new age bookstores and such places where people interested in the occult might congregate. Maybe do some digging around. I mean, I'll probably assist after we check out the warehouse, but if we have somebody working on that at the same time, then we can cover more ground.
yeah, that sounds pretty good then. So you've got this ally, Patrick. Somebody else in the company that you're going to bring along. It's a moderately skilled or so. Okay, their assistance only goes to a certain point. Okay, yep. Yeah. So I don't think Patrick would get in the way of bullets for you, but he would even if he's
But
one
he
of the
can do some
quantum.
research. Yeah.
So it's Patrick the nerd, we'll call him.
Well, it depends on how good our grapple check is.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. All right. So you drive to the next state and you stop, of course, at the barbecue place. Have some fantastic pulled pork sandwiches, despite the fact that you're in the north. They're still pretty darn good, pretty authentic. Patrick has a kale and strawberry salad.
What the hell? Your ally sucks, Jack.
He does good work, man. I'm not gonna argue with the brain food.
All right, so you finally pull up to Jenkins Industries. It is, it's not a super large, like it's not super imposing on the outside. It's a complex of several buildings. but your typical factory. It's, one story, welcomed in by some, once you get to the receptionist knows you're coming, and you get escorted actually into Preston Jenkins' office, which is the son, vice president of the company. And you're being sent in as, they're not telling these people that you're there to look for weird crap.
Right.
But you're just being sent in as supposedly government investigators. Stuff to do with safety and OSHA and all that kind of stuff. But they're giving you that kind of cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you gentlemen could come. Anything I can do for you? And he certainly seems a little nervous, a little upset.
Thank you,
Really,
Mr. Jenkins.
terrible, terrible circumstances.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Said condolences to the family.
What exactly happened, to the best of your knowledge, Mr. Jenkins? We understand some machinery was involved.
We're not sure. We're just putting in a new Dowd metalwork CNC machine, one of the larger ones, right next to the area where they do the testing, the assembly and the testing of some of the machinery that we make.
Right.
And it was adjacent right to that area. And so Blake Ramsey, one of the victims, and a couple of assistants were there during third shift. That whole portion of the factory was closed off during third shift. We still have some minor operations on third, but not as much as during the first two shifts. And they were actually installing it and doing the test runs of this machine. And we're not exactly sure what happened. The security cameras that normally operate weren't operational that night, and I'm not sure. They kept on having to do stuff with the electricity, so it's possible they had been cut off. But at some point, one of the other third shifters came to the area to requisition some more inserts for their own CNC machine, and that's when they discovered the incident.
What's a CNC machine?
It's a computer controlled machine which grinds and shapes metal. We have several. You can come see them.
But if there was having power issues, if y'all were having electricity issues, what was happening with this? Was the CNC not operational at the time, or were they working on?
They were working on this. That was a brand new machine, by Dowd, that we were installing here. It's I guess one of the first ones ever sold. So I think the Dowd representative had been there earlier that day, but had gone through the startup procedures in this machine, state of the art, actually. $700,000, not a cheap one, but I don't know for sure. If they were electricity we had electricity, but they might have been diverting it. It cuts these things draw quite a bit of current.
No, absolutely. Was it one of is a laser CNC, right? Or which?
No, these are all metalworking. So they're
okay.
They're all collets and inserts and end mills and all that sort of stuff, just shaping all the metal that we use to make our machinery. Okay. Make all our own parts here.
So it's a new type of machinery. So that stands to reason that it's a higher incidence of accidents.
It shouldn't.
If the crew isn't exactly experienced with a new piece of equipment.
Yeah. How'd y'all get word from Dowd about their new piece of equipment?
One of their salesmen came over here probably, about 9 months ago. It's been in the works to try some of their new machines. I believe it's the first one. But we do an awful lot of machining here. It's all for our own stuff. We don't take outside jobs, but we've got several other machines. But we're always looking. We've got Mazaks and what have you. We're always looking at what's the newest, what's the best. How can we keep production faster better, all that
Mhm.
sort of thing.
Right,
You know.
right.
No, absolutely.
Mr. Jenkins, this Mr. Ramsey and the other two workers, are they like did they have experience working together before?
Oh yeah, they were two. The other two were Ramsey's assistants.
Assistants. Oh, okay. And they,
but I mean, and by assistant, I mean these are highly skilled individuals. And then Ramsey was one of our lead engineers, and helped maintain and run quite a bit of the facility. Actually, it's a terrible loss. Well, they're all terrible losses, but such a valuable employee.
And so you had no prior complaints from anybody involved in this situation, any bad blood between members of the team or anything of the sort? Any reports or anything of note before this accident happened?
Between
Mr. Ramsey and his assistants, any complaints, any?
No, I just there was there's the usual dispute every once in a while. It's a factory. Tempers run
Right.
high.
Right, of course. A bunch of people together for long periods of time, tempers run hot occasionally, but they had been working smoothly together in the past, correct?
Oh yes, I believe those three have been working together for two of them have been working together for at least 7 years, and I think the other fellow was here for at least 3.
I see.
not 4.
And they were all alone, right? Nobody else was there that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. They were working late doing some of the setup.
Hmm.
On
Do you have
machine.
any security cameras in the area where the
Those were taken out by the power fluctuations, I believe you
We
mentioned.
we don't have full footage of there. Certainly not of that moment of the incident. We normally do. There's cameras everywhere, but
Do you have any before and after? I mean, probably not after, but some before footage, like when they arrived, or
I
when
believe
they
so.
were
Yeah, you can
working.
come in our security office. I'm sure you can talk
if you don't mind.
talk to Sal, and he could probably spin whatever you want up.
Mhm.
I just know that the police asked for that initially, and we were unable to. Sal took a look, and they said, it's spotty and intermittent, so it didn't catch the. It's fortunate it didn't catch the moment.
Right. So I've been keeping an eye on Mr. Jenkins, and I'm trying to get a read, see if how honest he's being with me.
Are you trying to use empathy?
Yes, I am.
Well, do you want to take the average or roll?
I think I should probably roll because I don't know.
Because it's fun to roll.
This is fun to roll. That is.
Okay, and this is.
Here we go. Ooh.
This is going to be a trip. Oh,
there you go. 3.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
He's a bit nervous. You're not getting exact idea why. You're not really getting the feeling that he's lying as such.
Mm-hmm.
But the inquiries do have him a little bit nervous. Probably a little more nervous than just you would be like amongst a member of OSHA after a bunch of your employees have been horribly mangled by machinery.
Right. Okay.
So very nervous rather than
it's fair. It's fair. That's fair. Sure, we'll take a quick look at the security footage, and then we'd like to go see the area of the incident.
I got a quick question, sorry, before we go look at the video. What's Dowd's take on this? Have you talked to them at all?
Oh, yeah, yes, we have. We, they were let them know, and they're actually sending. I guess they're sending representatives out here. I think they're supposed to be here sometime today, actually.
Really? Did they say what the reps are going to be there to do?
Oh, they're going to examine the entire scene and see if there's anything to do with their machinery, and they're very interested in that. Of course, I mean that's once again a lot of negative publicity. I mean the machining world it's large, but it's small. If you know what I mean. Everybody knows everything.
Yes. Let's take a look at that footage.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to Salvatore's office. And so he's able to pull up a whole bunch of different cameras over there. His security guard, he's got a pistol which looks like it hasn't been used in like a million years.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of look, but he's security. So yeah, we got cameras of everything. It's just kind of like standard, mostly for anti-theft, that sort of thing. But yeah, we got footage of that area there. It's like backing up, and it's digital at this point, but it's we've got intermittent. It's a little spotty there, but we got that, and you can see the rather large machine. And the big CNC machines, they look like a big, just giant box.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the guts are inside
Mm-hmm.
of this thing as they put in, putting various pieces of metal and whatnot. So very large. And next to our in the footage, you can see it's tables, like big, long metal tables where they're assembling things, giant tools and what have you, and air tools and everything. But then there's finished products that look, he's telling you, well, that's where they test the machinery. And these things are huge metal structures. And he's actually backing up. You can actually see right here when they test it, and these guys pull out this large, what looks like a model of a pig. And you can't really tell them, and the thing is it made of styrofoam or whatever? And they kind of put it in this machine, and then this guy's pushing one of those big giant red buttons, and he does that, and then next thing this thing goes and just like slices this thing into a bunch of different parts.
Right.
And he goes, and they're actually calibrating it right now. They've got little miniature cameras on the thing, and they're taking measurements and what have you. But that thing can process. I think they can process something like almost I think it's like 40 hogs an hour. I mean, if they're really going in there, but certainly 20 with
And so you shove it like down one end, or you chuck it over, or
it looks like they're hanging like on a hook, and this thing is just getting whacked. And like there's things that are like restraining the legs, like holding the carcass at that point. At that point, the carcass has been gutted. I mean, it's gutted by another one of the machines. That's really great. We've got YouTube videos of what that looks like.
I just got to figure, is it something you can stumble into or be pushed into, or do you have to jump into the machine? Or
well, God, that I mean, is like. I suppose. I mean, you could. I mean, like, so you push somebody in there, and someone's got to push the button and everything.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Plus, maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't make the things. I'm just gonna.
Right. Plus, it's 3 people. Right.
But, I mean, those things are pretty wild to watch. Like I said, you can get the YouTube videos where you're actually watching the real thing. It's pretty cool. But
were you like the first guy on the scene after the accident happened?
oh no, this guy, poor Ramon's poor bastard, came over to get some more of his tooling, whatever the hell it was, and he freaked out.
Were they found inside the machine? Having been processed by the machine, or?
No, I got. Have you seen any of the pictures?
Yes, they're pretty horrific.
They were found like around it. I mean, but the scene is still. And he actually pushes this button. You can see this camera now showing you what the place looks like now.
Right.
But it's still like that, and he turns it off.
Right, right. But when the pigs went in, it didn't look like that. Right?
Like it looks now, like the whole area.
Right. Like
the
pig.
Yeah.
The pig is not creating the mess right around it. Right. If it were a real pig, the pig's blood wouldn't splash all over the place, right? If the machine is working properly.
Yeah, but I think they kind of bleed him first too. I suppose if you put a live squealing pig in there,
I see.
Bound you have to keep still. Jesus.
You gotta make a blood sausage, son. They use all of that.
Oh, well, we got the machines that do that too.
Yeah,
they make everything here, man.
You collect the
chickens,
blood first.
cows. Oh yeah, they make it all here, man.
You said the machine itself it has cameras on it,
Hold up,
or just sensors?
that's camera. Like you kind of see it when they're calibrating. From what I understand, you gotta talk to one of the techs.
Okay.
I mean, you could talk to. Oh shit, he's dead. But you could talk to. Yeah, Chris.
I
Yeah,
like
son
this
of a
guy. I like
poor
him.
bastard. But you can talk to him. But yeah, I guess it's like there's a camera that takes this little brief picture, bam, 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 every time, so they can see it's a big office center a little bit, and that sort of thing. So the machine kind of calibrates itself and makes sure it's gonna poof at the right moment, and it doesn't
Right.
because it's got to, they got to do the thing where they hit the spine, they take everything right up the spine, and they get the thing where they can't get the brains in it because then you get the mad cow disease, and people get mad,
Right.
So a lot of liability. That's what they told me.
Okay.
Liability is a big thing.
But yeah, there's not a lot of footage from that thing. I don't know what happened right there. It's like for maybe up to maybe about an hour before Ramon on everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then it comes back. Maybe like 5 minutes later. There were a few other times earlier than that where it was on and off, but this thing was probably down for like a good hour and 15 minutes maybe.
Can
Have
you take
guys-
me? Oh, go ahead.
No. Have you guys had, from the security point of view, any trouble? Like anybody, like animal rights protesters, received any threats?
Oh God, freaking PETA and the freaking vegan people every once in a while. And, it's like once every year or something, like some freaking whack
But
job says they're gonna.
nothing different recently?
No, I don't think so. They had oh God. Those people that were going to a fish concert did some kind of crap into the signs and stop eating the animal. Half of them had leather belts on. A bunch of morons.
What about the weather? Are those power fluctuations common? Was there some sort of bad weather last night? I started looking at my phone and looking at the weather forecast or report from previous night. See if there's
Weather
any-
forecast looks good. And he's like, no, we actually are like one of the major users of electricity in the entire town. So they'll let us know if they're having a brownout or anything like that. They even have us. Sometimes they have us on shutdown. That's one of the reasons we stopped doing third shift for a little while right now. It's just like they got been a shutdown. They got I don't know.
Right. So this power fluctuation, is this a common thing? Is this a little bit weird? What's the deal with the power fluctuations?
No, that's not common. I mean, like I said, the only thing you figure is, maybe they were these machines draw a lot of current, and sometimes they can spike things and they can mess things up.
Well, yeah, and it's a new machine, so you're kind of getting used to it and how the power fluctuations work.
Okay.
That's our guess. I mean, I
No.
can't think of anything else that would have zapped it like that.
Yeah. Can you take me back to the last scene you have before the incident that you do have on video?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, and I would like to investigate said scene to see if I can gain any other clues as to what may have happened. If that is
Okay.
okay with you, Mr. GM.
Yeah, sure. So you're doing an investigation roll? Is that what you're?
That's what I'm going for. I am going to roll dice. I have 5 dice going at it. One, two, three.
Yes.
All right. So you're watching like probably about 10 minutes of these guys walking around
Mm-hmm.
doing stuff with the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, it's a big machine. It's hard to figure out exactly what the hell they're doing with it. They're flipping things. They're like seem to be programming at a couple different screens, checking things out. One of the guy has this this like laser measurement thing, trying to figure out where things are calibrated. And a couple of them like appear to be having a bit of an argument back and forth about something. But one's checking another set of figures and sort of like. But despite all that, there's nothing that's really standing out to you as like, why all of a sudden are these guys mangled?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Is that,
think
the odd thing too is like the CNC machine itself, which you're gonna have to take a look at if you want to get, but it's just this big giant box. Like I said, there's other, clearly there's some doors that are opening, and there's some parts where it's like clear plexiglass, where you can see what looks like just a bunch of looks like a bunch of big giant drills in these collets, like all, and a couple times they turn these things on, turn the machine on. There's ones that like all of a sudden drop down and like kind of move into like what looks like the central area, almost like it's picking which tool to use next.
All right, let's go down there and check out this machine.
Yep.
In person.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Salvatore. Who would be a good person to take us down and take a peek at the scene of the incident?
Oh Jesus! And it's like, Johnny, take these guys down, to the lower level there. So it's like, why me? Just get your ass down there and do it. So this younger kid, he's like in his 20s. Still's got a little bit of peach fuzz on his chin. And it starts taking, look kind of gangly. His pants aren't quite long enough. Sleeves aren't quite long enough. And he already looks kind of green faced. Tall, gangly. All right. Come follow me, guys.
All right. So as we go down, I lean over to Sam and Jack and I say, let's be on the lookout for any strange markings on the machine, any symbols or geometric shapes that look out of place. I don't know. The blood splatter is going to be interesting to watch. Is it just in the machine? I think that's going to be key, right? Did they fall in the machine? And if they did, who pushed the button to activate?
I will be right back, y'all.
And all right. Oh, I was going to ask him, what in the world is Patrick doing?
Doing the research.
So if we're in contact with Patrick, I'm gonna have him look up the Dowd Industry or Dowd Company, their sales history.
Okay.
And then look up the family line for Jenkins.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. I could take care of that. That's good. That'll keep me busy for a while.
Yep.
Good thing I brought my.
Do some cross-referencing with some of the logos that you see with anything in our database. Any runes or anything like that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. It's a good thing I brought my iPad Pro with a 2 terabyte and the 13-inch screen.
See,
that's really cool with a Magic Keyboard. It's really fun to use like that. I can. Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, I'll nudge Eric. See, this is why I have him. He's good people.
All right. Gonna do a little investigation roll for our friend here to see what he can find out. So Jim is not here, but he's here, which is kind of freaky. Oh dear. Damn. We should roll like this all the time. Our flunky here just got 7 successes on 8 dice.
Jeez. Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah. So I guess if Robin Elliott's ever watching, you got to use the all for one dice to get the good rolls, but they're not available anymore. There you go. Apparently, anyway, we'll wait for Jim to get back. Let's see what happens. What's going to happen?
So I'm going to be paying special attention to things like the power button. Are there like bloody fingerprints on the power button? Any tracks on the blood, right? Like is everything shoes? Is there something that doesn't look like a footprint, or does it look like something else? And any symbols, that's the weird stuff that I'm sort of looking for, right? See if there's some sort of ritual or or some sort of ritualistic engravings or anything like that that might suggest an occult dimension to this.
Well, cool. Well, yeah,
Accident.
before Jim gets back, seeing as we know that's what you're going to be doing.
Yep.
How are you planning to look for anything that looks odd in terms of footprints or fingerprints or?
Well, I'd like to approach the area and then take sort of like a look around.
I mean, in terms of
Machine.
skill, I mean, we're assuming that you're going to do all that.
Oh, what skill am I going to use for that? Investigation, I suppose.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then,
Jack is back.
might as well give me that investigation roll now. Might as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, gee. Okay.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's damn impossible, man. That's pretty awesome. And in terms of, all right. And do you have any occult knowledge or anything like that? Any of you guys have any sort of occult?
Lore? No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, something like okay.
Not enough skill points, man.
I
Yeah.
got it.
More.
I got it. Okay, good enough. So, John leads you through the major part of the factory, which, like, it smells of cutting oil. You're passing a bunch of these machines. It's loud. There's, the electricity for these machines is actually hanging from the ceiling.
Mhm.
So there's lines every once in a while again coming down, like in the power of the machines. So if you look up, I mean, the ceiling, despite the fact that it's one floor, the ceiling is, at least 2 stories high. So there's all kinds of, air hoses and electricity hoses hanging down, but it's like just row and row and row, machine after machine after machines, different hallways. But if you, look above you, there's wires and stuff, and hoses all over the place. It's a grid, but it's a noisy grid, and it's just the machines some of them are newer, some of them are older. There's the guys are just various levels of either engineer looking guys or bikers. Everybody in between. A typical bunch of machinists, really. John starts to lead you down just one hallway to an area that's devoid of machines. Where it's like, well, you can take the stairs or just a freight elevator. It's up to you. I mean, I don't think you guys really need the freight elevator, but it's down there. And he's looking like he's not going to go downstairs.
Thank you, son. We'll take it from here.
Okay, so are you taking the stairs
How are we taking the stairs?
or are you taking the elevator?
Oh,
I would say based on the electrical issues this place
Yeah,
seems to
yeah.
suffer from,
stairs is good.
I'd rather take the stairs.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And-
yes,
And right now the factory is empty, right?
the upper part of the factory isn't. I mean, they're actually doing stuff. They're
Okay.
still making stuff. People look a little grim,
Right.
depending.
So
The lower
it's
area of the factory,
okay.
the area where you're going to, is empty.
Okay, so that section is empty, but it's still well lit, right?
Yes, it's still well lit.
Cool.
So you head down the stairs. By the time you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's already like one of those police line do not cross things. You can easily go under or over or knock that out of your way, however you want to take care of it. And then once again, you're in like a very, very, very large room that's got rows of shelving, like those big giant steel shelves they use in warehouses and what have you. And it looks like a lot of them have like just crates and crates of stuff. Whether you can identify it or not is up for grabs. Some of these just big metal pieces, and some of them will roll some wire and all this stuff. But if you look to the left, you can see another area which is once again cordoned off. If you head down that way, you start to recognize this is the scene you've been looking at. You can see the back of the giant Dowd machine, and the machine does have Dowd Industries on it. It's got some kind of bizarre logo symbol on it. You really can't identify. Symmetrical and kind of like whimsical, but it's looks kind of cool, and you can see already you can see as you're going around the Dow machine, you can see the first parts of like blood, like on the floor. And it's not even spatter. It's just streaks. Like just, they go for feet.
Arterial spray looks like. Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more you round this machine, the more you can see that's on the machine, on the sides of the machine.
So, I mean, I'm sure this is not what happens when the pig's inside the machine.
That's what I'm thinking.
You can see it on the wires hanging down to the machine in some of the adjacent areas. You can see it's on the floor. You can see that some of it's on the ceiling, which is 20 feet high. Well, you got, or Eric, Mr. Wayne, you can also see that some of this blood is like just really, really far away from the area, like some of it's 40 feet away. You can see just in one area, this one thing hanging down from a piece of wire. It looks like it's a piece of tissue. And that's got to be at least 50 feet away from what looks like the epicenter, of the carnage, if you will. There's spray all over the pig disassembling machine. Anybody else have any forensic skill?
Forensic.
As such, investigation is kind of it.
I got medicine and investigation is what I have.
Yeah. Medicine's not going to help you
Yeah.
here until you get to look at the bodies.
Right.
Yeah, I've only got investigation.
Anything else from you, Sam?
Does it? Is there anything that smells like cordite explosive, gunfire, sulfur?
No. There's
Brimstone.
nothing that smells like explosives. Although, Sam, having been a soldier, these look almost like explosion level distribution of parts.
That's what I was
and
saying.
Blood and everything. From you, I mean, the only thing that comes close is maybe like, high explosives, actual
on a mine or something like that.
Yeah, actually being on a mine, anything like that where a person's been like in really close proximity to an explosion. Doesn't look like something that like it would have done that. The other salient thing is there's spatter all over the hog disassembling machine, but like there's not necessarily, there's some blood on the blades, if you will, but not a lot.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there was any blood inside.
Yeah, it looks like it was more like, so you've got two big major machines in this area. You've got this big hog, the testing machine, or the machine being tested, the hog butcher being tested, and that's got blood and once again you can see some tissue that some people missed on the machine, but it doesn't look as if the machine tore bodies apart.
Right.
Doesn't look like
It looks like these guys are playing handball with like a C4, but I can't smell anything chemical.
And then the actual Dowd machine is powered off it right now. It's got a few computer terminals on it that are like at the height, so you could use them while you're standing up. And it's like essentially a big giant rectangular cube. It looks like the size of like a mobile home. But you can see inside. There's a big door. You can see inside there is an area, to hold a piece of metal. And there's various things that will come down from the different axes, and we'll start to like just spin around and drill through it or whatever, and shape a raw piece of metal into a part.
Is that machine covered in blood inside or outside? We can see through the viewport, right? It's got like a window.
There's blood on the outside. There's some blood on the inside. Looks like, once again, high velocity spatter hit the inside.
Okay. This is really strange. Sam, can you see if there's anything, any footprints or strange markings, something that doesn't belong on the floor?
Take a look around. could use perception. I could use survival. So I'm gonna look for tracks. I could give myself advantage. Which do you like?
Well, let's see.
Perception or survival to look for unusual?
Oh, which one's higher? Use whichever one's higher.
All right. Not too much. Well, all right, so that's 4 successes.
Okay. So there's a some areas there seems to be something, one area you can see is definitely like a shoe print and it slides. One area it looks like a hand, just flat out like this. There's another area where you can see it's definitely like almost like somebody's the side of somebody's head was there. You can see almost like a lip print, and we're like, oh. But there's a few other things that look like some kind of track, but they're sort of irregular, not exactly star shaped, but it's like almost like 7 different protrusions.
Like a footprint that's not shaped like a shoe. That's what you're telling me.
Right, exactly. And they're relatively large. You can see they find a grand total of 3 of these things, spread out.
So I take my shotgun from under my trench coat and say, "Hey, gents."
So wait a minute. You snuck a shotgun.
Yeah, under my trench coat. Yeah, unless there was. I'm the party pooper.
All right, that's a style point right there. You snuck a shotgun.
Yeah.
Place.
So I tell the guys, gents, you want to make this look like footprints, but they don't shop at the New Balance.
At the local Nike store.
New Balance. You can go with New Balance.
That's great. Those are not New Balance. They don't actually look like duck prints, but they're like, you can almost see like 7 things, digits, if you will, but they're like spreading out quite a bit.
Right.
And the actual like this part where it looks like it might be ridged or sort of beady. I mean, it's not like a skin type texture. And one would get from a human or like a paw or something like that. It's a little odd. Mm-hmm. Almost like the ridges on like a chameleon sort of. Not exactly.
It looks like some sort of lizard, but we're not. I don't think there's any Komodo dragons here.
That's very
Probably
strange. So we're sitting on top of a ley line. It's a power fluctuation. Maybe something comes through from elsewhere. Oh.
X cell phone starts to beep. Bing, bing. You're getting text messages, Jack.
All right.
Do you care?
Yes, I do. What do my text messages say?
Peter, it's from Peter. I said, you won't believe this. Dowd Industry is owned by Tralfaz.
Owned by Tralfaz.
That's our rival company, isn't it?
Tralfaz Industry is a rival company to QB specifically. Once again, you don't know too much about them. They're another tech company, but you do know that they are interested in unusual phenomena. Sometimes a bit more nefarious. But then again, that could be just,
Are there any other exits from this room other than the elevator and the stairs that we used?
Yep. There's one big giant like set of bay doors, and then there's another exit. Looks like it's a truck driver exit in and out.
There aren't any like funny burn marks on anything, are there? Like where a high energy anything like might have scorched the metal or something like that, like plasma or something like I don't know, like a portal opening up.
Well, you're an engineer, aren't you?
No, I'm
No, yeah, I'm
Oh,
an
oh,
executive.
I'm an amateur engineer, but
amateur engineer.
engineering
Yeah,
school dropout. What do you? I don't actually have engineering. I have electronics, computers.
Electronics is good.
Perfect.
You know, computers are
I-
good. You know,
What's your electronics?
My electronics is a total of 6.
Okay,
Rating
you
of
got me
6.
beat.
you have 4, Jack,
Yeah, I've got 4.
in electronics.
Mm-hmm.
You can always assist them.
I
Give
would
him 2
love
more
to
dice.
assist you.
Give
Yeah.
him 2 more dice.
So this machine comes from an affiliate of what's their name?
Trowfast.
Trowfast.
Traufass.
Yeah.
Is it possible that this thing is meant to not only slaughter animals, but perhaps to interact in some way with a ley line? Maybe this is on purpose.
I mean, is it paranoia? If you're right.
Well, it didn't use its blades to do this.
Nope.
But maybe the machine, the activation of the machine
Mhm.
caused something to cross over from beyond.
Just real quick, I'm gonna snap a quick picture of the machine, like the logo of Dowd
Mm-hmm.
that's on the machine, and I'm gonna send that to Patrick and be like, hey, cross check this, make sure it doesn't,
And
mean something.
I'm gonna snap some pictures of the footprints.
Yeah.
Make a reference.
I'm
That's
gonna
cool.
go look through the computer thingy for the machine, see if if there's anything weird looking in the code of the operating system of the thing, right? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Something
easy enough.
weird.
Yeah, those things literally have operating systems and basic programs that program like everything, the speed of the metal devices and whatnot. Oh, well, he's not rolling as well as he did before. Sorry, man. So, we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, looking at the operating system, everything else. Jack's looking for any kind of scorching and whatnot. There is some stuff like inside the machine itself, where all little drills and end mills and whatnot actually interact with a piece of metal. There's no piece of metal in there. Looks like they were doing like a test run, like I said, trying to There are some areas where it looks like there's almost like burning or electrical scoring in some parts of the. Well, it's a little odd because these things haven't. I mean, sometimes metal can look like that when it's rubbed up against other metal, but it looks like these things have almost been used or have that kind of like burn marks that metal gets on it. It's not like really a burn, but it just gets discoloration from temperature, electricity, that sort of thing. Nothing in the operating system, it seems, looks odd. You're pulling up schematics, so the power supply of the machine looks very bizarre. It sucks down more power than this machine actually even should, which is amazing because these things suck a ton of power. But it seems like a certain amount of power is being diverted to something that's not turning turning everything, not actuating anything. As you keep on seeing it in the codes, there's something just doesn't look right.
I wonder if we can confiscate this machine. You think Quantum has enough pull to?
I can tell you my back doesn't.
That's a good point.
I don't know. I think we may need to take as many pictures as we can. And especially of this code and this power configuration.
Right, right. Let's do that.
See if the nerds back in the office can do anything with it.
Any way you can figure out, Wayne, where that where the power is being diverted to?
It's to the component, right? To the strange component right there.
Yeah, you can tell stuff like.
So the question is, if my wild idea is right, and this drew something from elsewhere because of the ley line connection, the other question that comes to mind is, did whatever crossover cross back, or is it still here? There's only 2 exits, right?
Just to, well, it's probably, I mean, it's at least 4 elevator, stairs.
Elevator, stairs,
stairs.
a big double doors, and a smaller truck driver's exit.
Hmm.
Is there any blood by any of those doors? I'm gonna go check.
Any blood by any of the doors? No.
No.
The spatter, as large as it is, didn't seem to reach any of those doors.
Rather than reach the doors, and anything that walked through the blood didn't leave any marks outside of that center area of the room, looks like.
Nope, nothing seems to have gotten that way.
And is the machine, Ivan, is there like a tunnel, or can we see clear through the machine? Or are there dark areas inside the machine that we can't see from the outside?
There's areas like, you can see the area where the part gets made.
Okay,
You can see it's in some other clear areas where the machine is clearly grabbing whichever tool it needs. They're all installed. There's like some kind of belt that picks one and brings it down there. There are some areas though, like where like the guts of the machine in terms of motors that do all this are in a box.
yeah,
We'd have to take panels off.
But where the pigs go through.
Well, that's not a pig. That's not a pig making
There's 2
machine. That
machines, right?
that just makes parts.
Oh, this
Right.
makes parts, okay.
Yeah, this makes some parts. But the pig slaughtering machine is just giant open thing. But it looks like the pig carcass just gets hooked in there, and then boom,
Yeah.
these various things come down. So that's open.
Okay, now
It's
it's
not
not
really,
it wasn't like a tunnel or a
Yeah,
metallic
no.
cave somewhere
No,
here.
this is it seems like there's various trays and whatnot that the parts will then fall into as the pig is magically disassembled. There's various areas which will catch the various parts, but it's completely open in that regard.
And how big is this special component that Eric discovered?
That's undetermined. He's really just seeing stuff in the code, in the programming.
Oh, okay.
That's it's kind of like the guts behind the normal programming that's diverting a significant amount of power. You can see like the schematics, a significant amount of power to something else. That's not one of the motors. That's not not anything that's making the various things move that grab a tool or move a tool in or out, like to rub up against a part, something like that. But you can tell there's a significant amount of power being drawn to something.
But we don't know physically right now where that something is.
No, not unless you start taking panels off of the machine.
Well, we could do that. We did get sent here to investigate, but I think we should unplug this thing if we're going to start working on it.
Yep.
Okay, plug is about 15 feet ahead above you. Because big giant power cable going up to it.
Right, right.
But there you could, as you can see, pretty easy to see, you could shut off the power this area.
I suppose.
Well, could we
do
shut
that.
off the circuit, just the circuit? Or is it going to shut down all of the power?
Hard to tell.
'Cause I'd sure hate to be trying to find something spooky
In the dark?
and in the dark.
One can only tell, can only guess what might happen.
Well, there's only way to find out. There's only one way to find out. I draw one of my two flashlights because I always carry two. And I hang on to it with one hand, right? And I go to the power switch and sort of look it over and make sure it corresponds to the area. And then I click my flashlight on, and then I flip the switch.
Boom. It's pitch black, except for some light trickling in through a couple windows.
And my flashlight. Yeah.
And your flashlight.
Okay. We can do this. Okay. I turn around and I walk, but at a fast pace toward the other guys, right?
You all right, Eric?
Yeah. Let's get the panels off and see what we get. And I keep flashing it around.
My goodness, now I know what my dad felt like when he had me helping him fix the car.
Oh, exactly. So you're.
Oh,
you're-
sorry. I pulled the second flashlight out and I hold it steady too.
I'm gonna let the techie guys tech, and I'm going to keep watch.
Okay. So you guys
That's good.
start removing panels, and you can see some of the other motors and whatnot. You finally you open up one part of it, and you can see this kind of like bizarre, almost like octagonal shaped thing, which still has glowing lights on it. There's still lights blinking on and off in this thing, even though power's disconnected.
What you got there? A lava lamp?
Some sort of battery, maybe? I don't know what it is.
And then right about that time, you hear this shout, like coming from the direction of the stairs. Hey, is everything going okay down there? Everything just went dead. Cameras went off. And you hear Sal's voice.
Yeah, we're just checking out a piece of the machinery, and for safety reasons, we took off the power.
Oh, okay.
Don't-
Well, hey, I got those guys from Dowder here, man. Take a look at their machine, man. You get perfect timing.
All right, give us a minute. Don't turn the power back on. It's dangerous.
Oh no, we're not gonna turn the power down. But these fellas, you hear one guy said, "Well, let's go down there and take a look at our machine here." What do you mean taking it apart? And so you hear this kind of like angry sounding voice, and you hear the sound of like dress shoes hitting the staircase, going down rather fast. And hear like several sets of footprints, or footsteps going down all the same.
I'm going to take advantage of the darkness and hide. I don't want these guys to see me.
Okay, cool. You have any kind of stealth skill?
Of course, he has stealth skill.
Of
What are you
course.
talking about?
So you're gonna try to get yourself in a position so like either when the lights get turned on or
They don't know where I am, right?
they're not gonna see you. Okay, and there's plenty of machinery to hide behind.
Right.
And the things around here are big.
All right. That's 4 successes.
Okay, yeah,
Six
right.
left.
It'd take quite a bit to find you, and you're able to get yourself in a position where you can see.
Yeah.
Maybe not perfectly, but you can see. So these, you hear the various, people walking down the stairs, and you hear this one guy saying, "Turn the lights on." So like, okay, hold on for a second.
No,
All right, yeah,
no,
wait.
don't do that. Don't do that.
What's the matter?
Well, we got exposed cables here.
Oh Jesus, exposed cables! Holy crap! Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Those OSHA guys are doing that. Hey, hold on. Something I said, OSHA. That's all we need.
Oh my God.
So next thing you know, other flashlights are, the guys, you hear his voice, give me a flashlight. It's ridiculous. And he goes, yeah, right away, sir. And one guy like almost produces a
All right,
flashlight.
so I'll take Jack. See if you can pry this open or disconnect it. And hang on, and I duck back out, and I pulled my fake government ID. And I start going, gentlemen, you people are from Dowd. I'm afraid this whole machinery and this whole area is under investigation for worker safety. And I'm afraid I can't have you traipsing around and touching things and moving things. This interfere with the investigation and might result in penalties for the parent company right now. And I'm
So what kind? Give me whatever kind of con or fast talk
Yes.
or something you got there, pal.
there we go. I'm gonna put some style because
Well, you
I'm,
better.
know,
Well, I'm just saying.
Let's
I
put
think
a-
you better.
one style is one dice, right?
One style's one die. Yeah.
Jeez. Let's
Yep,
put two. Let's put two on it. Let's see what happens.
Look at you flip. Oh, what kind of coins are you flipping there?
Oh, those are the broken compasses.
Oh, really? Okay.
The only coins I had handy. So
Okay. Did you get one success out of those things?
3. I added 2 dice, so I got 3 successes on that.
Okay, and
Oh,
that
no.
is opposed by. Oh, gee, I gotta do this again because I rolled too many dice.
Probably empathy.
Opposed. I think it's opposed by. What the hell is it opposed? I thought it was opposed by will, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Double check. And you do what's the exact skill you're using? Is it fast talk or con? Or?
Con.
That's con. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see what it says here because it's been a while since I've used con versus something. So I just want to make sure I do this right. Con. If anybody finds me before I do, that's fine. Tricking others, but get what they want. It's probably going to be in the rules section. We should be able to find that. I'm pretty sure it's opposed by.
Con is page 34.
Right. But the actual opposing is going to be in the rules section. So yeah, it doesn't tell you exactly. That's the ubiquity thing. It tells you the other area.
Oh, that's right. It's probably maybe it's willpower or something. I don't know.
I think it's willpower.
Would make sense.
It does make sense. We're going to call it that because can't find it's really close. All right.
It determines how hard it is for other to manipulate your character.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess
right,
if it's
so we're at like an impasse, but you didn't fail. That's it. The guy's like, well, this is a $700,000 piece of equipment here. You can't just, we need. I need to see some kind of warrant. If you guys give me some documentation, and but we're quite interested in seeing what happened here too. Everybody wants to do the right thing.
of course we do, but that's what we're checking out this piece of equipment, and we're in the middle of it. It's the middle of the investigation. I already spoke to Mr. Jenkins, and you can speak to Mr. Jenkins while we finish this part of the procedure.
Go ahead. And he just stands there. This guy, and there's 4 other fellows with him, but clearly one guy is in charge. They're all wearing business suits. Let's say, what kind of what's your perception, Jose?
My average is 4.
These guys are all carrying
Okay.
pistols of some kind, but they're all carrying heat. Go ahead.
How am I doing on my progress of tearing this thing apart?
Oh, you're still you've got one of the panels you put down and what have you, and like I said, you kind of expose that odd thing. You can see it back there. It's not right in front of your hands, but you can see back there, and it's got to be. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what microwave size. That's sort of more like octagonal. I don't want to say it looks like a D12 exactly, but it has that kind of vibe to it. Kind of has that sort of vibe to it. It's got
Is it a dodecahedron?
Yeah, like I said, it's sort of a dodecahedron, but not exactly.
Okay.
And well, at least you can kind of see it. It's mostly sort of like black. There's a bunch of wires attached to it. You can see at least some, but it's once again there are a few like little lights. Compared to the size of the object, they're blinking on and off, and some of them are orange, and some of them are purple, and they're kind of in irregular patterns or nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my phone, take a quick snap of it. Just take a picture of it. And send that to Patrick. Like, hey man, got something.
So you look at your phone. The picture is entirely fuzzy.
Oh,
Of course it is.
Like it's almost like smeared. Like
Or
somebody like
maybe-
you took like a long exposure photograph and just went wow. on your phone,
It's kind of messing with your photograph is what it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Uh,
So I'm gonna wave over to the head honcho, the guy that presents to be in control. I'm gonna wave over to like, hey, maybe you can help me out with this. This is your tech, right?
Yeah, of course it's our tech.
Oh, okay, cool. So come over here real quick. I need you to explain to me how this is in line with regulation 10 paragraph 5 subsection 2 of the safety code of the safety electronics code. I need to understand, not trying to like grill you or anything like that. I just need to understand this. Can you please come over here and tell me what's happening?
Okay, what are you using? This is great. What are you using? Because this is great.
I'm using con, and I'm going to use a style point to.
Okay.
beef it up.
Yep.
Yeah. You're already getting another style. You have another style point just for that freaking speech. So if you want to use 2, go ahead, because that's just.
I will do that. I will do that.
All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Another impasse, oddly enough. A paragraph. And he's looking, I was like, Rick, look that up. It's a paragraph. Say it again. He's like, but I can also, this is all within FCC codes and not the FCC, but you know what I mean? The AC, the something. Yeah, that's and he actually, he's even like stumbling over the words.
Okay.
It's
No,
all in code. This is all.
no. And I want to be clear. I'm not trying to dispute that. I need to understand it though, because I've not seen this tech before. And it's new
Of
to
course
me.
they haven't.
Exactly. So I need you to come over here and explain it to me, like point out to where the main connectors are so that I can adequately test them.
And main connectors for what? The power for the device?
The power for this cell that's in here your proprietary cell.
There's several different things. It's not just a simple on-off switch.
Okay.
Clearly, but if you can't tell, what kind of electronics training do you have? There's.
Well, not proprietary from Dowd, apparently.
It's very complex to explain.
Explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old. Work with me here, my man. I'm because otherwise I've got to shut this whole thing down. Because if you can't explain it to me, I have to call back to my home base, and they have to come out and shut the whole operation down. I don't think Mr. Jenkins wants that. I don't think the Dowd company wants that. And I don't think you guys want that, because then we're wasting your time too.
Well, then go ahead. Do that if that's what you need to do. Meantime, I'm going to call my superiors.
All right. So can you please shut your machine down? Because it clearly still has power coming from somewhere.
It's shut down. The capacitance of some of these proprietary cells is amazing. They can hold a current for hours, days. It's part of the function of these things.
And that passed safety?
Of course it did. Haven't you ever heard of tube amplifiers? Man, those capacitors can keep current for days, weeks. You open one of those things up and you don't know what you're doing, you can get a shock. But not with this.
All right. And I'll pull off to the side and I will call back to home base. I'll call back to our contacted QB. If I can make a call out. Like I'll step
You
off
make
to
it
the
up.
side where it can't
Right,
be.
right.
Yeah.
Right. In the meantime,
Okay.
these guys are kind of
Yeah.
huddling on the other side of this area of the stairways. And all of a sudden take the freight elevator up.
The other two
And the-
guys? Yeah.
Well, no, the five of them.
Oh, all
And
of
then the
them?
freight,
Leave?
yeah, and then the freight elevator stops about halfway.
So they just turned around, left, and got on the elevator. That what you
After
said.
coming down the stairs.
After come down the stairs.
Shit.
But they didn't do anything with the machine, right? They just
I haven't
they
done
just-
a darn thing on the machine. Got to an argument with the two of you, and then after about
But hang on,
Remember-
they left the computer, they left the machine open with the covers open and everything
oh yeah,
open.
left the whole darn thing.
They just turned around and left. Yeah.
When you started talking about kind of getting people there to shut the entire thing down, et cetera, et cetera.
Gentlemen, and this is about the time we hear that elevator stop.
Yeah.
You said about halfway.
Yeah, it seemed like it seems like the freight elevator is typical one floor. It's going to take it about a minute, about 30
Yeah.
seconds into it, it stops.
Yeah. Kind of where the stone wall, concrete wall.
Yeah, right.
is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, we need to go. Just call it a hunch. When people hide behind a concrete wall near a
Something's
power
gonna
cir-
go off. Yeah.
something's gonna go off, and I think we need to skedaddle.
All right.
Move on.
Will do. Yeah.
Nearest exit that has a stone wall next to it that we can get behind.
Oh. Do you take your pick between the probably the fastest thing would take the truck driver entrance out?
I like that.
All right.
Do it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
You outside?
Yeah. We both
After about
forgot.
after about being outside for like 2-3 minutes, you see all these guys pouring out, coming out of the building, but they're walking.
They're just walking out the building.
They're just walking out of the building, just the five of these fellas, and they're all getting into 2 vehicles.
I don't get it. Did they get anything out of the machine? Did you see them take anything out of the machine, Jack?
They didn't touch the machine.
Yeah, they didn't even come over near me.
Just came over, spouted off, and left.
Maybe they were ordered to leave
Yeah, they might have been.
by somebody
They-
that's remote control capacity.
And the vehicles they were in looked like the kind of like the public analog of a police cruiser. Sort of probably tricked out to the same level,
All right.
but just a
Police
public model.
cruisers.
Yeah, but they're not police cruisers. They're the base
Yeah,
model
yeah,
vehicle.
they look like FBI cars, kind of thing.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's been so long now, and they're all like SUVs here now. I can't even tell like what a Crown, this is a Crown Vic. Is what do they
Crown
use?
Vic.
But kind of that whole vibe, police sedan, but just normal gray car.
So if they called home base and they told them to bug out, they know that there's something wrong with the machine. I think this confirms our entire theory, that and the blurry picture. Things clearly emanating some sort of field.
Can we get that battery or whatever it is out of there?
I guess we could try and disconnect it.
You can try and disconnect it. If I can't take a picture of it, I'm not touching it.
Man, it's got a point.
Before you know it, sucked right in.
Sounds like this
Or
is here to get. No?
something comes on out.
Something comes out. That's right.
And Jack City Ranch's phone starts to go off again.
Okay.
But it's
Hey,
a ring. It's a ring.
it's a ring. Does Jack?
Hey, Jack, this is Peter. How you doing? Hey, listen, I didn't get anything on those symbols. It's really weird. If you don't mind, I sent it to the spooks to see if they can figure anything out with it. But
Mhm.
I couldn't come up with anything. It,
Good call.
who knows? Yeah, yeah. Other than that, the Jenkins family themselves, they kind of test out Queen. There's nothing really odd about them. Like, so, everything that HQ says about them seems to be right. They're just kind of normal, little overly conservative, depending on your taste. But no obscure family history, anything like that. No bizarre, no the usual bizarre crap. No family in the Salem witch trials. Nobody
Gotcha.
mysteriously disappearing. No relatives with horns or tails or any the usual suspect deformities.
Mm-hmm. What else are you able to dig up on Dowd other than it's owned by the other guys?
Really, that's pretty much it. I guess it's been in the machining business it's actually kind of a relative newcomer. It's only for like 2 years.
Have they distributed anywhere else?
It looks like,
Okay.
it looks like they've distributed to a couple other areas. There's one over here in Czechoslovakia, I guess, and there's another place. Let's see, in Brazil, but they're starting to open up. I don't know if they've actually distributed yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but get this. Oh, there's cross reference this right now. Isn't this interesting? I tell you what, these iPad Pros are amazing. The processing power in one of these things is fantastic. But I had our usual app pumped up right there with these addresses, and it pinged. How like some of our applications ping from the company. Wild. They see something, and look at that. Both other locations are also on ley lines. Isn't that strange?
You read my mind, Patrick.
Wow, I wish I could do that, but I'm not one of the spooks. Just a techie.
And a fine techie you are. Oy. All right. Well,
maybe we can call Horn. See,
Yeah.
because we're going to need to move this thing out of the ley line. That's going to require a crane. Plus, we're going to need to have Jenkins on our side, right?
mm-hmm.
It's the only thing
Yeah.
I can think of.
Hey, Patrick, keep looking and see what you can find on those 2 new sites, those 2 other distribution sites, and see where they're doing their manufacturing too.
Oh, sure thing. I could do that.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
Yep.
which one? The sites or where?
So the ley line sites, do
Right,
some research on those companies, but
Okay.
also on where Dowd is headquartered and making this stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, Jack out.
All right, no problem.
I'm going to call Horn on my
Yeah.
phone.
And you get almost an instant ping back. Says Wyoming.
Hey.
The Dowd Industries, main headquarters, Wyoming. Population 5.
Wait, what?
I mean, I'm saying, what? Wyoming's got a great population, like 57 people in the whole state.
Yeah.
All right. So Wayne, you're calling Dowd?
I'm calling Horn.
I mean, not Dowd, Horn, yeah.
Yeah.
Call the boss.
Yeah.
What do you got, Wayne? Talk to me.
Okay, boss. Here's what we figured out so far. There's a machine here, made by Dowd Electronics. We know it contains a device inside. It seems to be drawing power from the ley line itself because we shut off regular power and it's still on. It's creating some sort of distortion field, so any pictures we take of it are blurred. But we're fairly certain that this is the thing that caused the entire incident. Sam found tracks corresponding to something that shouldn't be there. I suspect it's been drawn from elsewhere by the machine. And as proof of that, I have that there was a Dowd crew in here trying to get us to stop looking into the machine. And as soon as we mentioned that the machine is active, they called their home base and pulled out immediately. what kind of pool do we have here at Jenkins? Can we isolate this whole thing? Can we get a crane to move this machine out of the, I don't know, boss, what kind of resources can we count on?
Jeez, well, God, we're only like going on, like it says, as the guys of OSHA. OSHA isn't going to remove an entire machine. They might shut a place down for a while. OSHA finds people. Really, that's what they do. They sometimes shut them down. But if you can't prove that thing is an immediate risk to human life, and how big is this thing? The machine?
The entire machine is enormous. It's the size of a trailer.
Oh,
Yeah, but the
what
device.
about go ahead, man. What about the component?
Well, maybe we can try to remove it from its mooring and see if we can remove it. It's about the size of a microwave.
All right. Well, try to do that soon.
Okay, boss. So I hang up. It seems we're out to dry. We have no further backup. All we can do is call in, some sort of OSHA safety violation. We can always claim there's some strange radiation emanating from the machine, and the reps just left confirming the problem, right? So we can fool Jenkins. The thing is, we gotta get that thing away from the ley line.
You think you can disconnect it?
I think we should try and disconnect it and try to get the hell out of here. Sam, you're gonna need to cover us, right? We don't know if another one of those things are coming out. Peter on the phone?
You can get Peter on the phone if you want to.
Yeah, call Peter. Ask him how wide this ley line is. How far away do we need to move the device to get it off the ley line?
And I was like, oh well, you probably have to get it about a mile, half mile away, maybe.
Half a mile away. Which direction? East, west, southwest?
Well, let's see. The ley line itself, kind of runs roughly north, south. So either east or west doesn't really make a difference.
Excellent. All right, good job.
If you go too far west, you hit the river over there. I don't know if you have to go east. I guess. I don't know.
East sounds good. All right, let's do it. Sam, grab that shotgun and cover us.
All right.
So it's around, at this point, it's around like 4 p.m. They have a second shift. They're very light third shift, from what you understand.
Excuse me, I didn't catch that.
They have a very light third shift.
Okay.
But we need to get this thing away from it now.
You guys want to put your vests on and clip your IDs on them, look more official?
Sure. That sounds good.
Let's do it.
Yep. Let's do that.
Okay, so you're heading back to Jenkins Industries.
Mhm.
Yes.
And once again, you go through the usual, thing. You're going to you're let in by reception. By this time, the Jenkins have gone home.
Okay.
But reception knows to kind of let you in and out, as if you will. You can certainly go downstairs without an escort. That's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're heading back downstairs. Are you doing what? The power's all back on now.
Okay, so I grab, I've assuming we put on vests with the IDs. Is that what you said? Like
Yeah.
ballistic vests?
Mhm.
And so I guess I'm putting, I grab the toolbox as well to get this thing out of there, right from the car. Because we went to the car and put on the thing and get the van ready to take the stuff out.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we need to shut down the power again. We don't want to get electrocuted while removing this thing.
Okay, so we're shutting down the power.
I think electrocution is going to be the least of our worries, my friend.
Death by electrocution, yeah, but it's a risk we're gonna have to take. maybe Jack can stay by the switch or close to the switch, and Sam can keep an eye on things. Or
Yeah.
Sam can keep an eye on things from the switch, right? It's not that far away.
No, it's not that far away.
So Sam can keep an eye on us next to the switch. And I'll just grab the flashlight on my teeth and go
Okay.
in there and see if I can pry that thing off, right? Cut
Okay.
any cables or remove any cables or,
All right. So just recall you're not -2 for everything because it is dark. The flashlight isn't that great.
yeah.
All right. So there's a multitude. If you can clear more stuff away from this thing. And once again, it is about microwave size. It
Mhm.
is. You can tell just by the inertial mass of this thing. It's heavy. Not exactly sure how heavy it is, but you're pretty sure that like maybe 2 of you could carry it out.
Okay.
But it's connected by a number of cables.
Okay.
And some of these cables look like they might just unplug, and some of these cables seem to run right into it, where you might actually have to cut them.
Okay. So I have electronics and larceny.
Okay.
Yes.
Those sort of synergize.
In this
to-
particular event, they will synergize.
Yeah, I think that.
Cool.
And we have bolt cutters in the as part of our kit.
So if they synergize, that means I get 2 extra dice, right?
That's
To roll.
correct.
Okay.
Makes up
Which
for-
are immediately taken away by your fear.
By my
Yes.
fear, exactly.
Yeah, but
But
they kind
hey,
of it cancels out. Yeah.
yeah. So I guess I blow my last style point and add an extra die to the.
Yeah. But you can get a style back just for doing all this in the dark.
Yeah, because
That's
the
true.
phobia is causing a problem
Uh,
for the first time. So
That's true. Okay. I guess here goes nothing. That's pretty good.
it's
It's
pretty good.
4. It's 4 successes.
All right. So you're clipping things, which it seems like it's the right thing. You're pulling stuff out. You're clipping like this makes sense here, and you clip one thing in, like the lights kind of go out, and then it starts to glow back a little bit. But you're like, okay, maybe I should take this one out. And it finally comes down to like 2 different wires, and they're
Red
cables. So
blue.
you've got to use like a bolt cutter to do it. And you cut one of them, and you hear this kind of like, and the room feels like kind of like all the air got sucked out of it, except you can still breathe,
Oh no.
and like all the hairs in the back of your neck go up
Uh-oh.
because you really need 5 successes.
Oh, no.
to do this, completely. But you were really close. You did really
Right.
good.
I
You know?
guess.
It was really good. Yeah, it was very, very hard, man. And already, like you can see, there's something just doesn't seem right.
Right. But we did disconnect the power.
You did disconnect the
So,
power.
Sam, flip the switch back on.
Okay. Did you cut are you going to cut the last wire hole in this thing?
Oh, wait, we haven't cut the last wire.
You didn't cut the
okay.
last. You cut the second to last wire.
Sure.
I shouldn't
Did you cut it?
just yet.
We're gonna take the thing out one
Okay.
way or another. So
Do it.
we cut it. I cut it. Yeah.
Okay. And the lights go back on. Awesome. And this thing all of a sudden is like really light.
Like bright light or
Light, like I mean, like Sam,
Feather.
like
yeah.
Eric was going to ask, Jack, or get like, help me out with this thing.
Yeah.
I believe. And next thing you know, he's like, it's just coming right in
Right.
his hand. It's hardly weighs anything anymore.
Okay.
You've been working out, boy.
Cool. Does it have like a handle or something where I could grab it with one hand, or I need both?
Not
hands?
really, but like you're able to grab it with both hands to a certain
Okay.
extent.
Okay. It's fine.
All righty. And it still feels like all the air has been kind of sucked out of the room.
Yeah.
Something just feels off.
Something's off, Sam. They're moving out. And so I pull the thing out, trying to leave the machine and make our way out the exit.
All right, perception.
We got the Flugengeheimer.
Not that one.
I got 5.
I got 4.
2.
Okay, excellent. So Jack is very focused on getting the hell out of there,
Hmm.
and of course he's got one eye.
Mm.
Probably should be messing with his perception to begin with when it's visual stuff. So you just you earned a style just for the fact that you can't see this or couldn't notice this thing, and you're gonna need it, man. So let's see. Let's get to this right spot. So there's like the other two of you notice like kind of like above you, sort of above where the big machine is. There's this sort of distortion in the air, and you start to see like a figure start to take shape, but it's really hard. It's like hard to look at. Like you can't, doesn't exactly appear to be there entirely. It's not like invisible or bending light like a la the Terminator or the Predator as such. It just seems to be really, really hard to look at. But when the times you can see it, just looks horrible. There's just a number of arms and legs, and not sure if it has a head or not a head, but it's much larger than a man.
Get to the chopper.
But it seems to be sort of taking shape, and it's just not really cool. And in fact, you guys should make resilience rolls because this is pretty horrifying. And let's see if you lose a little bit of your cool here. And this has got a horror rating of 6.
Oh, geez.
And what does that mean?
It means you gotta roll. You gotta roll. You gotta beat that or meet
You gotta
that.
beat 6 successes?
6 successes on 6 dice. Yes. I got 6 dice. I don't know how many dice you got. But I
I'm
got
in the
6.
same boat.
Me too.
Oh, Jack doesn't see it.
Oh, well, then at least you don't need to roll. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
I got 4.
Okay.
Geez,
Can't be mortified if you can't see it.
I
That's
got 2. That's
Okay,
not
so
good.
so that's just minor sanity damage. So Sam's only taken 1, 2, so he's only got a -1 penalty right now. And
How bad is it for me?
you're taking -2.
-2.
It's not so bad. It's not like not like a 1-for-1 thing.
Okay.
So that'll last for a little while. Okay, so yeah, this thing is sort of just like coming through, and you're getting to the chopper. Is that the idea?
Yeah, run. Running out
Yes.
the closest door, yeah.
Right.
All right.
And as I run, I'm gonna blast it, obviously.
You're gonna blast it as it's materializing. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You want to get its attention. Good idea.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Let's make it matter.
Well, I'm pretty sure it sees us, right? We're in the middle of the room.
Right. And I'm trying to run towards the van.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
So
Maybe we moved the van and left it near the truck driver's bay, right? That sort of
Yeah,
makes sense.
it was heavy, right?
Yeah, wherever you put the van, I'm not gonna nickel and dime you about where you put the van.
No, it sort of makes sense, right? We did go to the van and maybe we moved it to the loading dock entrance.
All right. So shooting at this thing. You don't want to throw initiative first or anything?
I let you get 1 free shot off because it's
Alright.
kind of just materializing. Then you can roll initiative.
Okay, I rolled a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 success.
Awesome.
Let's roll its defense. And you're using a shotgun?
Yeah.
All right. You can see like just shotgun pellets kind of go like right through it
Mhm.
and spatter up against the wall, but it's unclear whether you hit it at all.
Okay.
Shooting right at it. Okay, now you can roll initiative.
What are we doing? Rolling initiative or?
You can roll initiative, yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, now he's made it mad.
It was gonna get mad anyway, so.
Was, but you know. Wow, it only has a 2.
It's gonna get the drop on me.
You got a 1?
I
Oh,
got a
geez.
1.
So I run past everybody, right?
And Sam, what'd you have? Was it 4 or 5?
4.
4. And what did
5.
Eric had? 5? Yeah, man. All right, so we'll call him. We'll just call Jake One Eye. Righty. All right, cool.
Newest guy on the team, so we call him New Jack City Ranch.
Exactly. Okay, so you're running outside. So okay, first up is Eric.
So I run out toward my mission is to get the machine, the item on the back of the van, close the doors, start up the
Okay.
van, and get ready to book it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to do that. All right, Sam.
All right, so I run out, but stay by the door and blast the thing to give New Jack City cover.
All right, roll again, man.
Right. With a -1. Not bad. 12 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 this time.
Oh, okay, cool. This time, it looks like you pop part of it. Like the part of this thing like seems to like fall off, like splat on the floor.
Ooh.
You know, but even then, that little part is hard to look at as well. And you hear this horrific wail coming from this thing.
Damn.
Remember the movie The Thing? Remember that movie?
I do.
Yes.
Remember that sound that Bennings makes when he's not Bennings? Right before they torch him. First guy to get assimilated.
Mhm.
I can't make a sound otherwise I just make it. It's kind of like that, but really, really loud and deafening.
Okay.
Jeez.
And it's so loud and so deafening that the sprinkler system gets activated in the building.
Cool.
And the car alarms start to go off
Yeesh.
outside the parking lot. Okay. And New Jack, what are you doing?
I'm trying to run.
Okay, you're trying to run, but it's first.
Yep.
Okay, so this thing flies towards Sam. Not flies, but just moves incredibly fast. And whips out, like, Sam can see like a bunch of these limbs, which just seem to like be rubbery, but like maybe have joints, maybe you're not have joints. And with these paws, it looked like that looks just like the footprint. You know? So you defend
Crazy
yourself.
coincidence.
Son. Defend yourself, son.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use 2 of my style points to upgrade my feet, my talents, my
Sit down.
total defense talent. So basically, it's gonna add 2 to my defense. For Resident Evil.
I'm thinking, does that do that for the entire scene?
Yeah. for the-
Okay, it does. Okay, that's a good idea, man. That's a good thing to use that for. And that total defense allows you to, no matter how many times you get attacked.
Yeah, that's why I got 12 dice, because I do total attack without losing
Right.
active defense.
I gotcha. Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay.
Whoa!
Ouch.
No good. What'd you get?
7.
Defense.
7.
Okay, the first attack misses you.
Oh, nice.
This is one of those Shadowrun moments where like I rolled a bucket full of dice and only got 2 successes. And roll defense again, man.
Actually, I forgot that I have a vest on.
Okay. That should help.
Yeah, so 1, 2. But it's a second attack, so I take -2 to my defense this time, right?
Because you have, because you went on total attack before, right? Is that
No, because it's a. Do you
Subsequent
lose?
attack.
Do you when you defend more than once? Do you lose dice?
you
I
do?
think it's once per round.
Oh, once
Yeah.
per round.
I think it's
But,
per round. It resets at
it's-
the end of the round.
Right.
Yeah, it's ever many attacks. The thing is, you can't go below your passive defense,
Yeah.
Right.
but
Which
it'll
is
keep,
your
like, if you get attacked like
body.
8 times around, yeah, but that your feet was what, the total defense,
Total defense.
or your
Yeah,
talent
my
anyway.
talent. Yeah, but there's a different talent that lets you ameliorate that.
Right, that's right. Okay, that's right.
Defer.
You're
Okay.
correct. I couldn't remember which one was which. All right.
So no problem. So that's 1, 2. This time I rolled 6.
You rolled 6. Okay, so then you take 3 lethal.
3 lethal.
3 lethal as these things, which apparently are really sharp. You didn't notice it, but these things are grabbing you, and other like limbs seem to be it's almost like slicing and dicing, and you get whacked pretty hard by this thing.
All right.
You don't get knocked back. I think you're a little bit too strong for that, but it hits you like a freight train made of razor wire.
Oh,
It was not pleasant. Now, Jack, what are you doing?
Okay, well, first I'm going to use my talent of my guardian talent for the next turn.
Uh-huh.
So it has effect for the next turn. Hold on, I'm trying to find it again.
Who are you guarding?
I'm gonna be guarding Sam, but I'm going to be doing it from a distance. Like I'm
You're gonna be on lookout.
yeah, well, I'm
That's
gonna
what-
point out like, hey,
Yeah.
get behind that building 3
Right.
steps to your right, or that whatever that structure is, 3 steps to his right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and continue to run the fuck away and
Towards
get
where?
outside. Huh?
Okay.
But
Get
yeah,
outside
Mhm.
towards the van or towards
Towards the van.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Seems
I
reasonable.
lost one eye. I don't need to lose a second.
It's reasonable. All right, that's cool. So you're able to get outside. I mean, this thing is just incredibly fast, though. It's sort of so it's already outside with you.
I'm sorry, what?
It's already outside with you. Just like incredibly fast. Okay. Anyhow, Eric.
How much have I been able to accomplish? Did I put
You-
the
you-
machine
you're
in the
like-
back?
You're able to get the machine in the back. You're outside
Okay.
the van now. I'm assuming you're closing the doors, or you're climbing in the back of the van. Is it one of those things?
Right. Yeah, I close the doors and then I try to get over to the driver's seat. But if I see this thing coming out, then I guess I draw my weapon as I open the car door. I guess 'cause that's all I can do.
Mhm. Okay. Cool.
And I'm screaming, get in the car. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Cool. Sam, this thing has just tooled you up and then gone past you.
it went past me.
Like a blaze. Yeah, it doesn't a blaze. And you're looking at it like, is this thing like 8 feet tall, or what the hell is it? It's bigger than a person.
But the question is, so it's still mauling me or
No, it's gone right past you.
towards
Boom,
the van?
boom, whack, whack. and
It's
then
over you.
Yeah, and that's ran right past you. It's closer to where Jack is, having run out the door.
Okay. So I follow these guys out and I blast the thing again.
Okay. You're outside in broad daylight. At this point, also, I should mention that people are starting to run out the emergency exits of the building, as people do when the sprinklers go on, the fire alarms go on. They hear an incredibly loud scream from the pits of hell. Their car alarms are going off, and they're also hearing
As
gunfire.
people do. As people do.
As people do during
Yeah.
these moments, they tend to evacuate the building. So the outside is beginning to fill up with people.
Got 8 hits. 8.
Okay, 8 hits. All right, let's
Yeah.
see how well it's in defense. 6. Oh, so it takes 2. All right. And once again, you sort of blast this thing and get it really mad. You know.
And I try to move as I shoot. I'm trying to move towards the band. See if there's any way we
Oh,
can bail out.
Yeah,
of it.
no, you could definitely continue to do that. All right. It is its turn.
All right.
All right. Let's see. It is run past Mr. City Ranch. People are coming out the other emergency exits. Oh dear. You see one of the hapless people that came outside get hit. And this thing looks, I mean, literally, when you're trying to look at it, it looks just like a blur of like limbs. And some things look like they might be teeth, occasionally something that might look like an eye. You know? One person gets splatted right up against the side of the building.
Oof.
It looks like, you know, just something just tore through him. And it runs back towards Mr. City Ranch.
Oh, no.
Oh, but-
Once again, really, really, really fast. And okay, City Ranch defend against 5.
Okay, we did agree we
Oh,
put
4.
on
I'm
our
sorry,
best,
4.
right?
It was 4.
Yes.
Sure you did. Of course you did. Defend against
Okay.
4.
What's the best give us? One more?
3 more.
3 more. Oh, okay. Right?
Oh, you're one of those big giant.
Oh
one
yeah,
of
if
those
you're
big
wearing the assault vest gives you 4, the conceal level vest gives you 3.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, it
Sweet.
sounded like you guys were wearing those like bomb squad vests.
Right. No,
Yeah.
no, those are the heavy assault.
Yeah,
The,
yeah,
the
Those are
heavy
more.
the heavy ones that have plates give you 5, right?
Yeah, okay.
But
You're not
nobody
wearing
has
those. All
those.
right, yeah. All right.
I
Yeah.
guess we're wearing the regular FBI ones that
Mhm.
have like the sticker, so you can put the name of your agency and whatever on
I
the
gotcha.
front. Yeah.
Mine says Kilroy was
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you defend
Nice.
very well. You
7.
defend very well. Okay, good. You managed to defend. Okay, it is your turn.
Whose turn? Mine?
No, City Ranch.
Jack.
No.
Jack.
Oh, City Ranch.
Are
My
you
turn.
engaged in hand-to-hand combat?
Does it have hands?
Looks like it's got many or
Yeah,
something.
no, again, I've lost one eye. I don't want to lose another.
Eric Wayne is beckoning you to come to the vehicle. Get to the
Yeah.
van. There's so many things you can do.
I'm going to try and hop in the passenger side. Well, you
Okay.
tell me. Here's what I'm thinking: is hopping in the passenger side and pulling out my my Beretta and aiming out the window to shoot it.
You can certainly pull out your Beretta while you're trying to hop in the passenger side.
Okay,
All right.
and that's what I shall do.
Okay, it's top of the round. Eric, you're in the vehicle. Are you starting it up? Are you not starting it up?
Go, go,
Yeah, I
go.
started up, but Sam isn't with us yet, right?
He's not.
I'm making my way there.
Right. So I start up the car, and if I can get a beat on the thing and shoot it, I'll do that. But otherwise, I guess I get the car started and ready to go.
Okay. You could try to get a beat on thing and try to pop it. What are you going to shoot it with?
My gun that I drew on the previous
Okay.
round. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, man.
it's a 2 penalty because of the
This
failed
is
check.
good because if he defends against you, I have a better chance.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, Jack, you've gotten a good look at this thing now. You might as well like take a horror roll now, or resilience
Oh.
roll, which is
All
just
right.
the same thing as your sanity, resilience.
Look at my
Is that-
wonderful roll with 2 dice on
Okay.
the thing. Yeah.
All right. No, you don't hit it. It's just too fast. It's
Right.
big, but it's fast,
2, 3.
and it's also just
3
You
on
know,
my sanity roll.
Okay, you're now taking -2 penalties to everything, Mr. City Ranch, for the time being.
Fuck is it, man?
All right, so I'm going to blast it as I keep running towards the van. Even if I can just grab the ladder on the back and go.
Bang,
So I'm
bang,
gonna
bang,
blast
bang.
it.
Yep.
All right. Oh my God, this looks good. Initially, let's see, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on 12 dice.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so you do some more damage to it. Oh. Bam, bam, bam. Actually. And you pop it in what looks like, I mean, something falls off it. Once again, it's like twitching on the ground, which you can kind of sort of
Like a blurry
focus
tentacle or
on.
something.
Yeah, something. It's not quite a tentacle, but some little, yeah. And this thing looks quite mad. You're jumping on the ladder on the back of the van.
Yeah. Go!
Screaming
I
ghost,
know.
slapping the
Yeah.
van. And let's see, it's turn.
Yeah.
So it's running to, let's see, what is it going to do? It's still really pissed at Sam at this point.
Go for it.
It's running to grab on the van to attack Sam. All right, you have to defend against 4.
What could have done? 1, 2, 5. Okay.
Okay,
Hold on.
excellent.
I want to double check my talent. Where is it?
Jesus Murphy.
And
So you get well, what's a defense bonus?
I think that's just extra dice to your defense,
Yeah,
right?
extra dice.
Yeah.
So theoretically, yeah, well, I guess it depends on your natural defense. Because I have a 10 total, so average is 5. That's not.
so you're screaming at Sam, look out, which is good because Sam's going to need it because this thing is swinging at him again with all these
Oh, no.
horrible limbs.
Mhm.
So you're giving him a bonus.
Yes.
One die.
I guess it just says the what I'm reading is just says provide defense bonus. I suppose I should probably look at the rules, the full rules.
All right. With 1 die bonus and what I lost for being the second time, I rolled 3 7 dice.
Okay, you just make it. And don't take
I
damage.
imagine him swinging aside on the ladder and the thing just splatting against the back of the van.
Yeah, okay. City Ranch, you're in the van now, aren't you?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
That was the
Are you
goal
doing-
anyway.
Yeah, okay, great. Are you doing anything else at this point?
I'm gonna try and
This
take
thing
a
is
shot at it.
slamming. Okay, this thing is slamming against the back of the van, trying to maul Sam to death.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at it with my pistol. Give me a second to get my character sheet back up. 50. So I'm throwing 7. I'm throwing 5 because of my disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Did you add the pistols dice?
Oh no, I didn't. I get to use my firearms, right?
Yeah,
Yes. Firearm
okay.
skills
It's
plus.
dex
So-
plus firearms plus the pistol damage, which is 3 usually
yeah.
in this game.
Okay, so
-2.
my Beretta says my attack is 7. Unless I'm reading that wrong.
Hang on.
What's your dex and firearms?
My dex is 3. My firearms is 3. So I have 6
A
there.
6.
Plus 3 from the pistol. That's 9.
Yes. 9 minus
Minus
2.
2 is 7.
Okay.
And somehow Jim got the right number.
Yeah.
Roll 7 dice, man.
2, 3.
Okay, you hit the side of the van. But
I hit the side of the van.
You didn't hit Sam.
I did hit Sam?
No,
Did
you
not,
didn't.
did not.
You
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Good job. Excellent.
Okay. We're back up to Eric.
I gunned the engine. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
You gun the engine. The thing rockets out of the parking lot. You can see in the rear view mirror that this thing is not necessarily interested in staying with you. It was just kind of engaging with whatever, but there's several other people in the parking lot that it now has decided suck. And you can see a
That
few other,
sucks.
some more splatters happening as you're now gunning down the road.
I think this will prove that it wasn't an industrial incident.
Jesus
And you pass
Christ.
as you're zipping down the road in the van, you pass familiar looking sedans, which are coming the other way, which
Oh,
then
no.
all of a sudden are turning around
Oh,
and
fuck.
making like frantic U-turns.
Oh, no.
They
Well,
spotted us.
Call horn, call horn.
Now, are we calling this the cliffhanger at 11:42
Yes.
at night?
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
So I just, and Sam is still on the outside of the
Yeah.
van.
Yeah.
So this is actually where things get interesting.
Excellent.
Ah,
It was funny.
Oh yeah,
I like-
hilarious.
I like the fact that Sam was actually hanging on the back of this thing.
Yes.
That's how you do it, man.
You're actually
Absolutely.
very, very close to you. I was really thought, man, they're gonna get away with actually taking this device out without actually triggering anything.
Yeah, right. Like
So
And it was
doesn't
just-
happen.
It was just so difficult because it's on a ley line. It was so
Oh
it was
yeah.
put in it was put in there already, so kind of intricately. So it was like unless you had an incredible mechanic skill.
Okay, but you know, no matter what happened, I was gonna be happy because I actually did what horror game fans hate when regular RPG
People.
guys do it. I shot the shotgun with my shotgun.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. It was perfect. No, it's not a shotgun, but it's like it's something that's just like not really.
You know, the description clearly is it was very similar to when Howard dipped into Cthulhu and the great story Cthulhu of the Dusk.
Okay. Yep.
That's the description. Sometimes it towers over you, sometimes it looks from below, it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's flailing you or scraping you.
All right.
Nice.
It was Cthulhu of the Dusk.
Yeah. No, I didn't want it to be anything that was like, and it looks like this, and the tentacles are that long. And I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's more like just one of those things. Like, what the hell? I can't even.
And
What is that?
That's what's insane about it, right? That's
Right.
insane.
Right. This just makes you like completely just like almost lose your shit. Like what?
No, it was pretty cool. And I like even the setup of the mission when you described that we were going to the industrial thing. It's like, because I had no idea what kind of character to make, right? And it's like, wait a minute, maybe something with technology, but they need to investigate, but they need to do this. And somehow I think it had a very nice set of skills.
Yeah.
And also, this is where a little bit of experience with Ubiquity comes in, is get things that synergize, right? So put at least 4 points into a couple of things so that you'll be able to synergize with your other skills or help people or whatever it is, right? So I think it's a nice mix of I got the con skill so I can lie.
Oh God,
I'm not awesome, but I can lie. And then the mechanical stuff, and of course the firearms and the athletics, you can never neglect those. So
although I think maybe the high point of the session for me was Jack City Ranch, like saying, how is this in
compliance,
in compliance with paragraph 10.7? Oh my God.
Well, that got him thinking we were really feds.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's pretty good, man. That's a good one. If we were playing D&D, I might, old school D&D, I might just let that pass. Yeah, that works.
But you know what's horrible is I've had to employ shit like that.
Yeah.
I do actually cite regulation, but that's genuinely how when somebody's like getting uppity about shit not being right, and they know they're going to be at fault, it's very much like that. It's like, hey, I'm not accusing you of anything. I assume you're in the right. Show me how you're in the right.
No, I get it.
Show me how it meets this regulation.
right.
And the funny thing is, like, everything I was describing about the physical plant, the place, was literally the site I go to 4 times a week.
Right.
No,
we figured. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's literally what this place is like, and
Down to the Thulian battery.
well, there's that. But, just about some of the stuff you're like, what the hell is that? But it is. I mean, the company, which shall remain nameless, is like one of the largest, slaughterhouse machinery, manufacturers in the world. It's pretty wild.
Jenkins,
That's
Jenkins
But there
company.
There are. I can send you. There's pictures. I mean, they're these styrofoam pigs. They're full. They're like pig size, and they use these things, and they cut them up on these machines. And they've got the cows too. I haven't seen the cow.
Wow.
I haven't used the cow ones, but like there's these machines. Like I haven't seen one in a while. Fully assembled. But you're like, holy crap! That they could like just take me apart in like 2 seconds.
Mhm.
And they're actually a little faster than that. You know, like,
We just
Yeah, we slowed it down so you could see it.
That if we die, we have to have barbecue sandwiches.
Yes.
yeah,
we just put the Leroy in the Jenkins Industries.
you
So
sure did.
that was
You
all-
sure did.
All
I'm
right.
All
frying
up
pan
in
into
there.
the fire. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the
Thanks for
live
running.
broadcast, but that was fun.
Yeah.
How do I make this
It's
stop?
very fun.